Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Let's see what the game has for me today. We've got the well-rounded. Alright, well, it had to happen eventually, so let's see what we get with this weapon, with this character, and we'll see if we can make it work. We've got the knife. Yeah, knife is always a fun weapon to use, so I'm pretty happy with the well-rounded with the knife. This, I think, is a not bad choice if you are looking to get your first Danger 5 win, because knife is just a very solid weapon overall. Gives you a lot of access to a lot of powerful tools as well. Gonna go here and kill this tree. Nice, we got a crit on the tree, so we didn't even need multiple attacks to kill it. I could have positioned slightly better there and hit more than 63 materials if I had hit 3 enemies instead of 2 with that last attack. My positioning was slightly off, but this is a very strong character, so hopefully that doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and lock Peaceful Bee. Yes, it costs me melee damage, but getting these stats early is going to be excellent. And then let's roll. Take another knife here, and I'll roll again. Lock a coupon, great economy item. Buy a knife, roll, and buy another knife. With the precise weapon tag, of course, we want our crit chance to be as high as possible, so getting this online as early as possible is great. And knives mostly do damage when they crit. They have low base damage and low melee damage scaling, but a high critical multiplier. So we want to get 6 knives as soon as we possibly can to max out the crit damage that we're going to do. Trying to make as much money as we can this wave by killing as many enemies as possible. And here, I'll just take 10 luck. I would love harvesting as well, but when you get a level 2 luck upgrade this early, it's great. And then here, I could take 4 melee damage, but our damage is actually fine, so let's just take the harvesting. This way, our harvesting will hit 21 as soon as possible and start growing by 2 per wave. One question that you might have, especially if you're a newer player, is why am I not buying the coupon before buying these knives? Because we could save 5% off the cost of each of those. So we would save 1 material off of each of those knives, right? But in the first 2 waves, we're guaranteed to see 2 weapons in the shop, so we're more likely to find our weapon set. We really want to level knives, so it's more important that we roll than that we save those 2 materials. We also, just by having 6 weapons, are very likely to make 2 more materials next wave just by killing more stuff than we would with only 4 weapons or 5 weapons. So the amount that we save on the coupon is not actually going to be the paper value of it, because it will cost it has the opportunity cost of reducing our kill threat in the next wave. So you should pretty much never buy coupon over weapons, or you should never buy coupon in the first 2 waves. Instead, just roll for weapons. Though, of course, we're going to want to... Oh, nice. We get a Curse Alien right away. That's great. These are not guaranteed to spawn on Crash Zone, which is the map that we're playing, but getting early Curse is going to be super helpful, because Curse will snowball on itself. The more Curse you have, the more you'll find, and the better off you'll be. I could take melee damage, armor, or percent damage. Actually, any of these 4 would be fine, but with 10 luck, I feel like we can maybe get a level 2 level up, or just something a little better. So I'm going to roll here. I'll just take 5 more luck. That's a totally reasonable find as well. So now we obviously want to buy the coupon before we buy our other items to save money. You know, there's a first time for everything, me remembering to do that. And then we will take the head injury. Increased damage is really good. We'll lock a whistle, great economy item as well, and then roll and lock another knife. In waves 3 through 5, we're guaranteed to see at least 1 weapon in the shop, so we can still roll pretty aggressively to try to level up our weapon set. Want to kill this tree and heal back up with the consumables there. In the early waves, you should be able to rely on consumable drops to heal any damage that you take, especially with a character like Well-Rounded that starts with bonus HP. Max HP is one of the best stats you can have on Crash Zone, so starting with some is very powerful for this character. Here, I could take attack speed, HP, or regen. I'm just going to take the attack speed, and then I'll take the 12% damage. I'd prefer melee damage over percent damage currently, but obviously we're going to take the level 3 upgrade over the level 1 upgrade. Take the whistle, knife, and lemonade, and cauldron's not bad either. The losing regen is a little painful for this character, but the extra damage after we pick up materials and the extra pickup range are both pretty nice. We'll definitely take a tree, and we'll take another knife. Notice how well knife upgrades as well. The base damage increases, but also the critical chance and critical multiplier both increase, as well as the attack speed. So you get a lot of bonus damage by upgrading our knives. We want to make sure that we're doing that as much as we can. This run mostly just needs defensive stats at this point. Our economy is well set up because we've got our harvesting online. And we're already gaining multiple harvesting every wave. So that will snowball. We have a point of curse as well, which can help with having these cursed enemies show up, which are worth more money. And also, there's a very slim chance of finding cursed items. I do need to be a little careful with my movement and not just die, which would be kind of embarrassing. It would be very funny if the win streak killer for this, what are we on, like a 70+ win streak, was the well-rounded. I'm going to roll here, and I'll take 9% movement speed. Having higher movement speed is just helpful for increasing our farming speed. We'll take a knife and a tree, and I'll roll. I'm going to take the Scar. This is a great economy item, and Defective Steroids is excellent. This is all the stats that we want. We need max HP, and we badly need melee damage, because my melee damage is negative, so finding the Scar there is really good. Sadly, we can't take the Cursed Screwdriver, because this is a knives-only challenge, but we'll definitely take a Cute Monkey, great way to heal, and I'll throw in one more reroll for 9 to see if I can lock another knife. I can't. Weird Ghost on wave 6 is an interesting option. Coil is also an interesting option. I think we're going to pass on the Coil. Right now it's just 5% damage for 100, and I don't really want to buy that much knockback. I currently have no way to heal, so I'd be completely reliant on consumable heal. Since we're a very short-ranged character, I'm going to pass on the Weird Ghost here, which I usually wouldn't do, but this character is very short-range, so I think it will cost me a lot of money having to dodge around these enemies in order to avoid taking a hit. This just gives me the option to play more aggressively. If we had any regeneration basically at all there, or if we were using a different weapon, I would probably take the Weird Ghost. You can see there, I'm taking a few extra hits, but that's okay, because we can use our consumables to heal back up. And that's the freedom that not taking Weird Ghost gave us, was the ability to play in close to the enemies like this, so that we can increase our farming speed by killing stuff a little bit faster. Kill that tree there, and then just move around and try to kill as much stuff as we can. I'll take a jelly for 7 materials. 1 HP for 7 is totally fine. And then here, I could take the harvesting or the max HP, but let's just get our regeneration going. I do want to have positive regen. And then crit chance is very good with knives, of course. So we'll pick that up as well. We will take the knife and the Cute Monkey. Cyberball is an interesting way to increase our damage output as well. We have 15 luck already, so it could help clear enemies across the map. Currently, we're not doing that much damage to things that aren't right next to us, though, so I'm going to pass on the Cyberball because I really want to focus on increasing the damage of my actual weapons. This is a very high economy run, so we're going to take the Spyglass. This will take a long time to pay off, so we won't get any value out of it for, like, almost 10 waves, probably. But I think it's worth it on a very strong character like this, in part because the range is actually quite useful for a very short-ranged weapon like knives. I'm still not going to buy glasses, though, but Spyglass I think is worth picking up in this spot, though I usually avoid this item. Pick another Cute Monkey to heal back up, and then I'll do a reroll here. Very happy to find a metal plate as well. We currently have no armor, and definitely want to get some. Our single target damage is quite high, so on wave 7, we're going to let the eggs hatch, because we should be able to kill these flasher enemies quite quickly without costing us too much money. I'm going to kill one of them while it's still an egg, and then let the other one hatch, and then we can kill both, kill this one and hopefully not lose too much income as well. When you let them hatch, they're worth 4 materials. When you kill them while they're an egg, they're only worth 1. But of course, anytime you're attacking them, you're often not hitting other stuff. So, and if you have to dodge too much, then you won't make much money. There's a loot alien to the left there, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to kill it. Let's see if we can. Nice, got it right before the end of the wave. I did have to play a little risky to do that, but I did want the crate. I'm going to take the cake here, and then more attack speed, really important for knife, which is a fairly slow attacking weapon. Great shop here as well. The blindfold and injection are both excellent for us, so we'll take all of these items and then reroll, and definitely another blindfold. This boosts our crit chance, which of course we want, since that's the knive's whole thing. But also, when we get this much dodge basically for free, we can start building dodge as a pretty big component of our defensive setup. I'll take the Cyclops Worm, but I'm going to pass on Spicy Sauce and Garden. We're really just going to focus in on killing stuff with these knives. I want my damage output to be high enough to just one-tap the boss, basically, so because the way that we lose this run is if I take a bunch of hits in a row from an elite. So I want to make sure that we can kill it very, very quickly using our critical damage. That means I need to find more levels on our knives. That's the main thing that we're missing right now. Gonna take a hit here, probably. No, I actually managed to avoid doing that. I was trying to kill all the ranged enemies at once, which I felt was worth a hit, because those are worth extra money, or fairly likely to be worth extra money, and also, of course, put us under pressure to dodge better. So sometimes it can be worth deliberately taking a hit to kill an enemy and prevent yourself from taking multiple hits in the future. We'll take 3 regeneration there, and then we'll take the percent damage and the crit chance. Decomposing Flesh is a pretty nice healing item. This gives you a lot of healing over the course of the game, and it does cost you max HP, but I think it's worth buying. This is kind of an investment at this point, but will be pretty good eventually. Take a Lemonade here, and Pearl and Bone Dice we're going to pass on. Both of those take a long time to pay off, and we already have a bunch of items that take a long time to pay off. We bought Spyglass, we bought Decomposing Flesh, we bought a few other things. So instead of making more long-term investments, I want to focus on things that will make us stronger in the short term, because I'm starting to get a little concerned that we haven't found any weapon levels, we haven't found any just melee damage. So our actual attacks are not hitting that hard for a high damage weapon like Knife. So I need to boost my damage going to the next couple waves. The Cursed Charger, definitely difficult to deal with, but we should have the damage to kill it pretty easily here. If I can hit it like a couple more times, got it. And that's worth some extra money. And then here, I'm going to take 4 melee damage over 10 luck. My melee damage is very low, so I want to boost that. And here, I will take the armor over the harvesting for basically the same reason. Let's reroll, and we'll take 6 dodge as well. And then I'm going to roll here. Still no more knives. I'll take a bag, though, for sure. That's an excellent economy item. And then we're going to roll again. Okay, finally found a knife level, so we can get more of our weapons to level 2. Vigilante Ring will take a while to pay off as well, but that's a lot of percent damage, so we definitely want that. We'll take Penguin and Injection, and then roll. And Spicy Sauce I'm going to buy because I have Decomposing Flesh, so the max HP is a little more valuable. Starfish we're going to pass on because the main way we lose this run is if I die to this upcoming elite, so I don't want to increase its damage. I'm going to take one more reroll there and see if we can find something good. Unfortunately, we did not. Honestly, the shops have not been that kind to me since the early waves, so we're a little behind where I'd like to be on this character. Kind of an unusual situation to be in with the well-rounded. But that +4 melee damage that we got last level up was really important. Getting more dodge is nice as well if we can get to dodge cap, then we'll be pretty happy. Pick up those consumables to heal back up because I took a lot of extra hits here. Then I'll just run through that group of enemies to clear them out very quickly. We're not in too much danger when I do that because our consumable heal is good. So when we kill those enemies, we're very likely to drop some fruits, and then we can heal back up immediately. We don't have any explosions, so we'll recycle the dynamite. Even though we're buying spicy sauce, that's not going to be an important component of our damage, so we don't need that. I could take the armor. I could also roll for max HP. Our max HP is very low, but I'm just going to take armor and try to tank through any damage that the boss might do. Take a spicy sauce. We'll take a tree. I'll roll past alien tongue. We don't need pickup radius here, but I will take the metal plate and the shady potion. Ugly Tooth is an interesting way to maybe make the boss a little easier to fight, but I'd rather just focus on damage and kill it a little faster. So we'll take knife, we'll take plant, then I'm going to roll again, and recycling machine I'll lock here. Unfortunately, nothing else useful, and for 18, we're unlikely to find something else that'll be good, so let's just go fight the elite. We should have the damage to kill it pretty quickly, I think. I will say some of why we're feeling weak here, by the way, is spyglass, because we bought an item that gave us no stats, so we spent a lot of money that could have been stats on the spyglass. This is a summoner elite, and we just don't have the damage to kill it, I think, so we're just going to back off it. And we'll just farm the summons instead of killing the elite, so we should make a lot of money because it's going to constantly summon units, and then we can kill those for income. The units that are summoned by the summoner elites do drop materials, so if you can't kill the elite, you can get it into its second stage when it starts creating a lot of minions, and then you get to farm those. I'll take the weird ghost now. We should have the regeneration to heal back up quickly, and then I'll roll. And I think I want the attack speed more than the percent damage, even though this is a higher level upgrade, because attack speed's just more important for us right now. And stake 10 luck here also. Mastery, great find. Very happy with that. We'll take the recycling machine as well. More lifesteal will stack pretty well with the lifesteal that we have, and then we can buy those two items also. And we'll pick up a lure. Great defensive option for us is increasing our regen, and of course it's an excellent economy item as well. Laser turret we can pass on. It's a bit late for doing any kind of engineering shenanigans with this build. Poisonous tonic, though, is one of the best items we could possibly find, being worth attack speed and critical chance. Then I'll do a reroll here. Ooh, if I get a cursed poisonous tonic, that'll be great. That does also change the math on Cyberball. With Fishhook, we want to lock more items so that we can potentially curse them, because anything that we can curse is going to be really valuable. So I'm just going to lock this entire shop and get 4 20% chances at cursing something, and then if that works out, we'll be very pleased. Got a consumable drop there, so we healed back up, so we're not in too much danger from having bought Weird Ghost, and we've got 34 HP. Kill the healer there. This is a funny run. Honestly, I think I made a bunch of mistakes during this run. Mostly with my movement. I took a lot of extra damage that I did not need to take. And that cost me a lot of money. Luckily, we're playing a very strong character. If I was playing a more difficult character and making the same level of errors that I've made this run, I think, then I might have cost myself the win streak. I'm definitely going to take the adrenaline here. This is a great find. We've already got +2 consumable heal, and we definitely need max HP because we're not getting HP when we level up. Decomposing flesh costs you 1 every time you level. Normally you get +1, so it just evens out at +0, but any max HP we can get is great. Alien Worm is going to be helpful here. Ice Cube I'm going to recycle. We don't have any elemental damage right now, and we need a nice boost to our materials. And then Plastic Explosive. Again, although we have Spicy Sauce, we're not really doing explosions, so we're going to recycle that. I'll take 6 dodge here. The closer you are to dodge cap, the better dodge is. Of course, Fishhook, 0 for 4. Come on, Fishhook. I'll take Poisonous Tonic. Cyberball I'm not going to take when it's not cursed. Actually, our damages with this is fine, so I'll pick it up. Do I keep the crown? I could try to get it cursed. Cursed crown obviously is way better than not cursed crown, but I think I'm just going to buy it here. Energy bracelet I'm going to pass on. 4% crit chance for 120 just isn't that good. Bean Teacher will take Gentle Alien. I do want as well, but if I take that, I'm not locking anything for my Fishhook. So I think what we're going to do is weirdly lock the Gentle Alien and then reroll, and then we can lock a bunch of other stuff for Fishhook as well. We'll just buy the Cute Monkey though, because I don't really care about getting that cursed, so either Gentle Alien or Sad Tomato would be great to have cursed, and this way we get to at least get some Fishhook value. When you have 20% pity bonus, obviously Gentle Alien's an incredible item, and having more enemies on the field for this wave would be really good. But when you have 20% pity bonus on the Fishhook, not locking something for it is such a spew in terms of value that I felt like it was worth it to wait one wave on the Gentle Alien to make sure that we at least had a chance to trigger the pity bonus on our Fishhook. We could carry it over to later waves, but every wave that we don't lock something is such a huge loss of curse value on that item that passing on the Gentle Alien for one wave seemed fine. You see how much we're healing just off the Cute Monkeys as well as we pick up materials. Yeah, we'll take a Riposte. We've got 30 dodge, so Riposte is pretty good here. I'll take another Alien Worm because my max HP is really low. And then here, I could take crit chance. I could take percent damage. I'm just going to take the percent damage because it's a higher level upgrade. Nice, we got both of these cursed. That's awesome. Sadly, Cursed Gentle Alien doesn't increase enemy count more, but it is still a really good item here. We'll take Sad Tomato, and Fertilizer is still worth buying even this late. Clover is going to be excellent as well, so let's go ahead and buy that. Bait, I'll still buy even on the Horde wave. I'm not that worried about that. And we'll lock Metal as well. And then, okay, Cursed Black Flag and Cursed Alien Magic. Both of those would be amazing if we could get them off the Fishhooks. Wave 14 is always going to be a bit of a challenging wave in Crash Zone, because, of course, it's the Summoner wave, and we need to kill these goobers as soon as they spawn. Otherwise, we can be in a lot of trouble. So we want to stand near these enemies as soon as we kill them, and instantly kill all the summons that come out of them. If we stand directly on the red X's, then those enemies will spawn in a random position on the map. You can see a couple of them did that. So I need to be careful not to let that happen too often, or we're going to end up getting overwhelmed by the number of enemy projectiles on the field. As is starting to happen now, but we should have the healing to just tank through it. Obviously want to kill that Curse Alien before the end of the wave and get this tree as well. Not going to be able to get the tree in the bottom right there, but we managed to still pick up 2 crates. We're recycling Celery Tea. We've got a Horde wave coming up, and doubling enemy health will just make them take too long to kill. We don't need a second Decomposing Flesh. We're already getting a lot of lifesteal off the one we have, and we don't want to start losing HP. Here, my melee damage is still pretty trash, so I think I'm just going to take melee damage. I do want max HP and dodge, but melee damage is so good. Unfortunately, not the item that I wanted to get cursed, the alien magic. I'd much rather have had the Black Flag cursed, but we'll take Black Flag anyways. This is such a huge boost to our economy, and then we'll take alien magic. And I'll wait one more turn on the bait, and we'll take the metal here and then roll. And Cursed Pearl would be kind of interesting as well. So let's go ahead and lock that and see if the fishhook can perform. Black Flag is probably the single most powerful item in the game in terms of its effect. It's not necessarily the one that increases your win rate the most, because in order to support Black Flag, you already need your build to be fairly strong, so by the time you buy it, it's often not going to turn a lost run into a won run, but it is probably the item with the most powerful effect after you purchase it. You can see we've got enough healing from our cute monkeys, our consumable heal, and our lifesteal that I can just run directly into these big groups of hordes. And we mostly heal back up. When I start taking damage, I just back off a little bit. We've also got the adrenaline, which is healing me a lot. Whenever I dodge, I gain 5 HP. And so we made 1,000 materials that wave. I'll take the bag here. Cursed bag, obviously excellent. We don't have any use for reinforced steel. And then I do want armor, but again, our melee damage is still bad, so I want to improve it. And then we'll take 9% more dodge. The sooner we get to dodge cap, the better. No luck on our fishhook again, but we did finally find an upgraded knife, something that we've been really struggling to find this whole game. We'll take a pearl and hope that we can maybe get lucky on it, and then we'll roll here. Regeneration potion is a great find as well, of course. This will keep us alive much more easily. Metal plate, excellent. Salt water I'll take also. It's a unique, so we can pull it out of the pool here. Coffee, an amazing find. Wings I'm going to take. Compass I won't, because I don't want to lower my crit chance. And then I will lock this knife. Buy this knife, and I can't reroll. I was maybe considering... I would have rerolled there to lock something else with fishhook, but we're totally fine to just go to the next wave here. Maybe we get a cursed knife and maybe we don't. Either way, I'm not that worried about it. Do want to kill these buffing aliens. Also want to get my crit chance on these knives to 100%. Right now our crit chance is quite low, comparatively to what we would want for this weapon. Managed to recover from some blunders, which isn't not what you want with a powerful character like the Well-Rounded to be in recovery mode in the mid-game, but you know, sometimes you mess up and you just have to take the run that's in front of you and play it accordingly. Yeah, we'll take the wheat. Of course, we want more melee damage and we want more harvesting, and then we'll take 10% attack speed here as well. Again, nothing on the fishhook. Let's see if my spyglass has paid for itself yet. So it's made us 89 materials. Remember that we spent 50 on it more than 10 waves ago. It hasn't even given us twice what we spent on it back. This is why I think this item is really bad. It takes so long to pay off. And you can see it cost us a lot of stats. Obviously, the problems with this run weren't just the spyglass, but spending 50 on an item that didn't do anything didn't help. I'm going to go ahead and buy the knife, and we'll combine, buy another knife, we'll take a wings, and then we'll reroll here. Allure, of course, is excellent also. First jerky would be pretty awesome. I'm going to roll here. I could take the ugly tooth. Maybe I will, and we'll just try to kill the elite using the ugly tooth to slow it down. Instantly walk into an attack. I don't know what it is about this run, but my movement is just so off today. So sometimes you want to avoid taking lure when you're going into an elite wave, because you might not have the damage to kill both the elite and all of the loot aliens. I figured our damage was high enough that we could get both here, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill that, get our full heal, go kill the buffed loot alien, and then there's the other one over here. Also ate a buff. It's always so irritating when they get buffed, because they gain a lot of HP and move faster. But we managed to kill all three that spawned. Then I'm taking a few hits, so I just got to back off. Go kill this tree. Luckily, I've built enough defensive stats that even though my movement is very bad right now, we're still okay. Octopus, I will take, I think. This is a really interesting decision. Losing 8% crit chance on our knives is a huge damage loss, but all of the other stats are so good that we're going to take it. We'll take the bag here as well. Boxing glove, I'll grab. I think 1 melee damage is fine. The knockback, not that important, but it's still fairly cheap. And then normally I might consider the regen, but I just reduced my crit chance a lot, so I want that. I'll take 12 dodge, getting us almost to dodge cap, which is awesome. Baby squid will not have time to pay off, but we will take the jerky here, and then I will do a reroll. I'll take a schmoop as well, cursed schmoop. We'll take the fin, and we'll take an injection, and then roll again. Weird food, sure, and we'll lock a hedgehog, and then do a reroll. And I'll lock a charcoal as well, because either of those cursed would be a fairly big increase to our damage output. Trying to just make sure that we're clearing all of these enemies, not letting too many of the summons stack up, but making as much money as we can off the cursed enemies because we have the black flag, so every cursed enemy we kill is really valuable. We'll take a baby elephant that shows up in a box. We'll take a weird food for sure. Cog I'm going to recycle because I have no engineering effects. We will take charcoal and hedgehog and then do a reroll here. Bowler hat. Cursed, this is not great at this point, but might get me another cursed item later on, so I'm just going to buy it just for fun. And we'll take the mastery and the lens. Just buying any curse you see can often be worth it, just because it gives you more chances at cursing stuff. I'll take the lumberjack shirt this late, just to pull it out of the pool. We'll lock a panda, and we'll roll here. Lock a mushroom, and then do some more rerolls, and lock a knife right at the end. Most of those items weren't that helpful to buy, but I'm just buying stuff that gives us even a small edge at this point, because we're not that likely to find things that are super important before the end of the run. We've got enough healing now that I can very safely just wade into these groups of enemies, which is great. Because we heal back up very quickly with all of our cute monkey healing, the lifesteal, the adrenaline healing. We've managed to stack a lot of great sustainability and solid defensive stats on this character with 60 dodge, or almost 60 dodge, and decent armor. So we're playing a very forgiving character at this point. 1200 materials is nice. I'll take 2 more regen, that's fine. Baby gecko. The 10 range could help in the last fight. Lucky charm won't do anything here. Weird food will, so we'll grab that, and then let's go ahead and reroll. I'll take 6 dodge, getting myself almost a dodge cap, and then we'll take 4 more melee damage. Try to kill the bosses a little faster. Ashes, obviously an incredible find when you're going into a boss fight, because we don't care about losing armor at the end of the wave when we're ending the run, and this gives us quite a bit more range on our weapons, which is actually, again, not terrible for knives. I'm gonna buy all of these items. Cyberball won't do anything, but small fish will make it faster to kill the bosses. Let's roll here. The lifesteal from mouse and the extra enemies to lifesteal off of are actually very helpful going into a boss wave. Having more enemies on the field sounds like a disadvantage, but it's actually an advantage because we have high luck, so we can spawn a lot of consumables and they heal us for a ton, and we have high lifesteal, so every enemy on the field is actually an advantage for us. Small magazine, more attack speed. Attack speed is what usually governs how quickly you kill elites and bosses. So even at the cost of 6% damage, the attack speed is so valuable. We're just going to grab that. Well, might as well take a lemonade. Nail wouldn't have done anything. Schmoop wouldn't have done anything. So pretty happy to have bought those items since we wouldn't find anything else. Do one more reroll for fun, and then go to wave 20. Want to kill the octopus boss first, because it's the more dangerous of the two, typically. Get some dodges there so that we can trigger our adrenaline. Definitely on purpose, and not me just walking into attacks like I've been doing this entire run. I picked up that red box, and we have jerky, so we are getting 25 HP a second for 4 seconds from it. That meant that I could just run immediately into the other boss and be basically invincible. Jerky lets you pre-heal like that, and then you can just go tank damage and kill the other boss immediately. All right, well, that was not a clean run, but, you know, sometimes that'll happen, and we made it through regardless. But let's take a look at our items. So we saved 400 materials off the coupon, pretty good. Cute Monkey got us 600 healing almost, so this was core to the run, really important. 174 saved materials on the Spyglass, but you saw when we checked on wave 17 how few it had saved. So while it gave us a couple more endgame items, we didn't really need those to win the run. And Spyglass, once again, even on this high economy run, disappointed me. I don't think I should have bought it. We've got 16 lifesteal from the decomposing flesh is great. That kept us alive a lot. 833 materials from our triple bag with a cursed bag as well. And 33 damage from the vigilante ring. 300 materials from the recycling machine. I guess we got kind of unlucky with what items we rolled in boxes. That's better than recycling machine usually does. 15% pity bonus on the fishhook, which continued to disappoint all run. 108 healing on adrenaline, 30k on the cyberball, not bad, 65 harvesting from the crown, 535 from Black Flag, a little bit on the low side, but still really good, obviously. And what else? I guess 8,000 damage on the baby elephant wasn't that exciting either, but in general, we ended up with just really solid items in this run. It was just poor movement in the early game that put me under a little more pressure than I needed to be, but we were able to buy good items and recover, which of course is a skill that you need to have. Sometimes your mechanics are just going to be poor, and you need to make good shop decisions and just play the run that's in front of you if you want to win anyways. As always, my friends, hope you've enjoyed this run, and of course, if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.